in our exploration of how the church could learn from the charitable sector, we were really, really keen to make sure that we actually did some of it rather than just talked about it. It was a real privilege to work with one of our cathedrals who were in the process from learning from a large national secular charity who were humble enough to lay open their processes and procedures to see what could be different. Part of what they'd learned was that in the charitable sector, tone of voice, just like in business, was a really important thing. How do people understand what we're saying, what it is that's coming across from what we're doing or saying? And so this cathedral had learned a bit about how their tone of voice was and wasn't working, and from that had understood, just as the same charitable organisation that they were working with also had discovered, that sometimes that's about values maybe being too expansive or hard to get a hold of, or maybe sometimes not as well owned as we'd like. Uh, the cathedral worked with stakeholders to begin to find values, hone those values in a way that was on the same direction that they were wanting to travel, but were co-produced and owned together by those who were trying to live them out. As part of that, they also, along with this charitable organisation, learned that part of it is a question of behaviour. I guess we think a lot as Christian people about how our behaviour, our words and deeds, what it communicates about who we are. And so this charity had been really clear about behaviours that lived those values out or didn't. And the cathedral also began on that same process. And the headline of all this learning has really been around empowerment, people being empowered in an organisation, both to understand the value of it and also to understand their part in moving forward. We hope that the questions on the cards might help you look a bit further beyond where you might sometimes look to see how your processes, procedures could be humbly laid open, to see how the charitable sector might be able to help empower you and those you work with.